The best international advice for your success starts now.
You want to be left alone, but you keep talking, keep posting, keep explaining yourself. That's the trap. You think visibility is power. It's not. It's a leash. Every like is a tiny demand for more of you. Every comment is a stranger pulling on your ribs. You've been trained to perform your own life. Smile for the camera, cry for the camera, apologize for existing. Stop. Here's what nobody tells you. Real freedom feels like disappearance, not death. Something worse. Something quieter. You wake up one day and realize you've been playing a character for so long you don't remember your own voice. That's not paranoia. That's just Tuesday for most people. I remember a guy, call him David, clean apartment, good job, friends who invited him out. And every night he sat on his couch and felt nothing, not sadness, just a kind of hollow buzzing like a refrigerator, like a machine left on by accident. One evening he was at a dinner party, everyone laughing, telling stories. He excused himself to the bathroom, locked the door, didn't cry, didn't breathe heavy, just looked at his own face in the mirror for 3 minutes. Then he washed his hands and went back. Nobody noticed he was gone. That's when it hit him. He could walk out the front door and nobody would look up from their phones. He could drive for 6 hours and nobody would text. He could change his name, shave his head, start over. And the only thing stopping him was the idea that someone might think he was weird. That's weakness. That's the cage. You want to be invisible? Stop explaining. Stop justifying. Stop proving you're a good person. The moment you need someone to believe you, you're their puppet. Watch how people operate. They don't argue with the mailman about the weather. They don't beg the bus driver to like them. They save their little performances for people they're afraid of losing. And that fear, that's the smell of blood in the water. Other people smell it. That's why they push. That's why they test you. They want to see how much you'll twist yourself into knots just to keep them around. Here's the brutal part. Most of your relationships are just habits. Two people too scared to be alone, so they trade small lies for small comforts. You think you love them? No. You love the version of yourself that exists when they're watching. Take away the audience. Who's left? A stranger, a quiet animal in a dark room. That's your real self, the one that doesn't perform, the one that doesn't apologize. And you've been hiding from it your whole life. Machiavelli said it's better to be feared than loved. He was wrong about one thing. It's better to be irrelevant. Fear still requires energy. Love still requires performance. But irrelevance, that's a superpower. Nobody attacks what they don't see. Nobody manipulates what they don't notice. Nobody drains what they don't remember. Think about your biggest humiliation, the time you said something stupid, the time they laughed at you, the time you sent that text and got left unread. Now ask yourself, how many hours have you wasted replaying that moment? How many nights have you spent inventing better comebacks? And the other person, they forgot before they even closed the app. That's the joke. You're the main character in a movie nobody else is watching. So here's the dangerous truth. Stop wanting to be understood. That's a child's wish. Adults understand that being misunderstood is the default. Being invisible is a choice. You just stop performing. You stop announcing your plans. You stop confessing your feelings to people who never asked. You stop explaining why you're quiet. You stop justifying your decisions. Let them think you're cold. Let them think you're strange. Let them think you're broken. Their opinion is just noise, and noise only bothers you if you're trying to impress the source. I've seen people disappear in plain sight. They stop answering texts immediately. They stop posting. They stop reacting. They become a gray rock in a river of drama. And something funny happens. The people who used to pull their strings get frustrated. They try harder. Then they give up. Then they forget you existed. That's the moment. That silence. That's not loneliness. That's a room with no mirrors. No audience, no mask, just you and whatever's actually left underneath. But most of you won't do it. You're addicted to the tiny hit of dopamine when someone replies. You'd rather be used than ignored. You'd rather be hated than forgotten. That's the disease. That's the chain. And you put it there yourself. The fictional book that doesn't exist says this: he who cannot bear his own company will always be a slave to the company of others. You don't need to run away to a cabin in the woods. You just need to stop feeding the machine. Stop answering every question. Stop filling every silence. Stop smiling when you don't feel like it. Let the mask crack. Let them see the empty space behind your eyes. Some will run, good. Some will stay and try to fix you, worse. But the ones who stay and say nothing, the ones who just sit in the quiet with you, those are the only real ones. And you'll never find them until you stop pretending. So disappear, not physically, psychologically. Become the person who doesn't need to be seen. Watch how the world stops pulling on you. Watch how the anxiety fades when you stop caring if they call. Watch how much time you get back when you stop performing a life you never wanted. The cage door's open, has been open. You're the one holding it shut. Walk out. Don't look back. They won't notice anyway.